Hello again, everybody. Welcome back. It is another beautiful Monday. Save us, Cube Woman. It's another beautiful Monday and another beautiful trucking stream. It is good to be back. We got some stuff to talk about today. 2 hours of trucking, 2 hours of hauling. You know the deal. Let's get right into it. The heat continues. It is warm as hell. Good heavens. It's a little bit better than it has been before, but you know, it's still hot and you don't really get used to it. Hello everybody. Welcome back. I hope you're not melting right now. It's only got up to 37 today. Ooh la la. Fucking poor France. Never felt so much sympathy for France. Not more than I do right now. Right, let me say hi to everyone in chat. Hello Jish, hello Julia, hello Limefox, hello Mia, hello Auror, hello Robogirl, hello Isopod, hello Retzinder, and hello May. I think that's everyone. Hi! Hello everyone. Oops, I accidentally started 97 step C++ builds. No more stream for me. You just get a better CPU, I think. So shrimple, it's so shrimple. Hey Ari, what if we were U-Haul lesbians? Could it work? Could you U-Haul lesbians really fall in love? Right. Inside box girl, there's 2 kilograms of salt. Please make note of this greatly. I misplaced the salt when I got when I went to Costco. My bad. It's over. It's fucking over. Boxer is actually a solid cube of sodium that catches fire at the slightest contact with water. Oh dear. Oh no. We will need to re-engineer her so this does not happen. Right. So funny thing, I kind of don't have much to talk about in the intro portion, and wouldn't you know it, I already have the game open. I literally just need to configure my source because I never actually remember to do that, do I? Let's go right into it, shall we? We got our tunes. I don't know if that's properly aligned. We're going to find out. It's close enough. I can live with this. We are right back where we left off with this awkward-ass parking job that I recall doing while I was way too tired. At least, I think I was way too tired. That's what memory serves, but... Oh yeah, you haven't seen my truck, yeah! Doodle on board, it's Space Girl Logistics, my shipping company. Yeah, and I got all the fucking goopers on here. I love my truck. This is a courtesy of Ivy Nebula, who's the only one in our entire group who actually has any fucking clue how to mod in Euro Truck Simulator, or at least texture modding. I would like to learn that at some point because, you know, I would like to be able to make my own decorations at some points in the future. That would be pretty cool. I mean, I'm doing these streams often enough. It's basically a content investment at this point. Ew, I said content by accident. Freudian slip. Right, we need to take a job, don't we? Show the back. Oh, don't make me show the back. It'll show the back. Give it a second. Any second now. Any second. Come on, dude. You're just spinning for... Yeah, there it is. Fucking when the Ari is melody. I hate this. I hate this stupid fucking decal. When I received this, the agreement was basically take it or leave it. You're getting the stupid doodle or you're getting no doodle. Yeah. This is just here now. Right, let's see what jobs we can take. Scooters! All the way across Austria. Absolutely. Let's go do that. Right, things to discuss today. I've been getting my fitness on a little bit lately. Nothing crazy. I've been doing some nice, you know, fitness, well, health walks, we'll put it that way. Usually after like lunches or if I've got some time after breakfast or something. Kind of depends on what's going on in the day. Thankfully, they seem pretty chill about that at work. I just realized you can't actually hear my truck. 1 second, let me fix that. There we go. Now you can hear my truck. Alright, we're still back. Yeah, I'm like not the only person who goes for a little afternoon walk and stuff at the office. So even when I'm like physically at work, I just, you know, I have my lunch, put my stuff away, I fucking leave the building. Go do a like 50-minute walk around the place. It's gorgeous. I mean, while we've got the crazy fucking sun and while the offices are air conditioned so I can recover when I'm inside, it's pretty nice. I get hit with a rock. Fitness rock? Fitness rock in your mouth. Rocks don't go there. Good grief, my truck is nimble when it doesn't have stuff in it. You'd almost forget I have a big-ass trailer on here. Does this thing go like 150 without the trailer? Because I am still hauling like a decent amount in this thing. Oh, fitness clip. Oh. I understand. I haven't heard that variant very often. Yeah, so I've been doing that lately. It's nice. It's very cool. I went on a big walk today, actually. Had to go through town to run some business errands that I can't talk about. But it's been on my to-do list for a while, so it's good to get that out of the way, you know? Definitely, like, I'm doing a little bit of to-do list clearing. Because there's a lot of things that I really would like to get done, you know, before the end of the year, ideally. W Big Walkies. Yeah, actually. It was very good. A lot of uphill, too. It's so hot and humid here, I could only walk around midnight. Yeah, I'm just about able. Like, by the time I got to the place I was, like, looking to go, I was, like, my forehead was dripping with sweat, and I thought it was like, okay, cool, but I'm inside now, right? It's somewhat air-conditioned in here, I'll be okay. No, the sweat just kind of got worse and worse the longer I was standing there. I basically needed the breeze outdoors in order to cope at all. I haven't done a late-night walk yet, mostly because of employment and whatnot. It doesn't lend itself all too well. But I do want to. I don't think I'd be able to do it tonight either. Maybe Tuesday nights, because I'm in the office on Tuesdays, so it wouldn't make sense for me to do it tonight, because then I won't wake up in time, and that would be awful. That would be terrible. I do not want to be late for work. That's really bad. I've been late for work already, and I only recently started, and that's not a good way to be going, you know? Let's take these scooters. Oh shit, trailer damage. Nice. That was a decent amount of trailer damage too. Big one. Big win. Going out at night lately is really the only way to go outside without dying from the deadly laser ball in the sky. Yep. Think about the time I was 45 minutes late for my shift and nobody noticed. I'm curious what job that was where that could happen. I have not been in a job where I haven't been at least somewhat. Well, okay. I don't want to say not penalized for being late. I wasn't even penalized when I was late for work recently. It was just like my manager just reminded me, hey, you know, you gotta be in. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I ain't trying to be like that. It's a good job. I don't want to go pissing around with it, you know. Oh, grocery. I see. Still, that's whack. Okay, out the way. Thank you. Yeah, late night walks would be awesome. I mean, they are awesome in general. I've already done them in the past, and they are just like so nice. Really, like I enjoy doing. I've got this nice kind of like nature walky routes that I take. Already's just nature enough for me. It's mostly on a road, but there's lots of trees and stuff around the area. And it's a very nice walking route. It's very relaxing, and especially on a work day, if I'm doing it like, you know, work from home, and I just do that after lunch, there's like nobody there. Nobody else is on the route except like maybe one or two elderly couples or something, and I'm like, this is so chill. And because it's so hot, I need to like air out my body in some capacity, so I could just kind of like throw my arms out like a plane and just you know, let the breeze like flow through me or whatever. It's really nice. Nighttime walks would be like even better though, because there wouldn't exactly be traffic usually at night. I'd still want to have some sort of like visibility gear on me, ideally, but it would be very, very nice. Love late night walks around my city. Yeah. Going out at night in the summer versus going out at night in the Irish winter. Fond memories. Hoodies were necessary. Yeah, Irish winter, I'm bringing like a thick bulky coat at that stage. A hoodie would not be enough for me. But current weather, yeah, I'll walk around the lightest shirt and shorts that I own. Absolutely. I remember when I was over in the States for a while, that was something I did as well. We were in a temperate enough area, and I remember the nights were like, it was like almost indoors warm, but you also had the breeze. It was like the just right comfort level. I could have stayed outside for hours. It was so nice. I doubt it's like that right now. It's probably boiling in that same area, because climate change has only gotten worse, don't you know? And that's why we're dealing with this bullshit at the moment. Nighttime walk with my floodlights. Hashtag my floodlights. What else have I got going on? Ooh, I've been practicing drawing lately. Finally, at long fucking last. Hey, you know how many streams I have been saying I really gotta practice drawing, you know, and going like, oh, you know, it's gonna look bad, but it'll be worth it, and it'll be like a good learning experience. Like if I just keep putting myself to it, like I will have all sorts of cope for like, oh, whoops, I wasn't looking. I will have all sorts of cope for reasons why I should draw. But I just wasn't actually doing it. If it doesn't look like crap, it's not practice. I actually agree. Yeah. You, like, in order to make good shit, you have to practice making crap shit. Crap shit. In order to make good stuff, you have to make garbage first. That is your practice. And you learn from that. The practice is not just doing it for the sake of building up muscle memory. That can help. Crap shit, my new favorite genre. I hear it's Daria Core offshoots. What was I saying? That threw me. That was funny. Yeah, it's not just building up muscle memory. It's also being critical of the things you're making and learning lessons along the way. Like, they all play a really big part into the whole equation. So what I've been wanting to do, like, specifically, and this is something I would recommend if you are looking to develop, especially a creative skill, try and set just, like, a small goal. And this applies to most things. Try setting a small goal. In my case, I want to get better at drawing heads. Anime-like heads, specifically. So you see my Aridoodle, my delightful Aridoodle on the bottom right? I do love her art style, but this is not something I would make a full piece with. This is something I make, it's a doodle style, right? It's the doodle. But I want to be able to make like proper, full, okay, really nice looking pieces. And in order to do that, I kind of need to expand my style. Oh, 9 euro, there we go. I need to expand my, oh, insane bit of driving I just went, yeah, look. Whatever, man. I could have just ran their ass, but I don't want to do more damage to my truck. My trailer is my truck and trailer are already 14%. This sucks. Always pit maneuver semi-trucks at every opportunity. I actually agree. Yeah, that's true. Get these doodles off the fucking road. Drawing, yes. Yeah, so I want to expand my style so I'm able to do more intricate and bigger things. And a big part of that, I want to be able to do a sort of like anime-like art style, right? I've never really done that before. I've attempted. It's not gone great. I basically gave up at that point, which was foolish of me. Maybe I was just tired or time constrained or whatever. Something stopped me from doing it. But this time around, I went looking. I literally just looked up how to draw anime head guide, basically. And I saw a really neat, just, you know, there's going to be assloads of YouTube tutorials out there. But I was specifically like, I don't want to just see how they're drawing. I want to understand the theory behind, like, why are you drawing in that way? Because that's something I'm really big on in pretty much every creative medium. It's like, no, show me why you're doing this thing and how it works, right? I'm 23 toll. What the fuck? All right, whatever, man. Wait, aren't we going within Austria? Why the hell am I paying tolls? Oh, there are... I forget, there are tolls within country. Yeah, that's true. That's not just a border thing. My bad. Yeah, of course there'd be assloads of tutorials out there. And this one, thankfully, was... I mean, yeah, it did do a bit of theory. It kind of did 50-50 on theory and just how to draw the certain shapes. Again, a big reason why I'm more for theory rather than showing me how to do the shapes is if I have the theory, I'm able to go from there and like build a shape that matches that theory. And I worry that if I pay attention to the shapes being drawn too much and not enough attention to the theory, I won't be critical enough of my own work because I'll just go like, oh, I'm just doing the shape, and I won't like feel comfortable experimenting. And all of my, in this case, heads will look very same-ish, and I really don't want to do that. So thankfully, this one did do enough theory where I could almost like laser focus on that aspect. Aridoodle #1 theory head. Yeah, it was great. I ended up drawing my first anime style heads that I've drawn in a very, very long time, and they look wonderful. I'm actually really happy with them. Like, and like I've noted on the sketches that I've done, it's like, okay, I've got little tweaks and improvements here that I like to make. Just things to note that wouldn't have been covered in the tutorial that I watched. Just me, like, keeping an eye on proportions and whatever and seeing what things feel natural. And A being between, like, this is something else I'm going to be doing a lot and have already started doing. Like, I'm continuing to practice, but I haven't moved on to a new subject yet. I'm just practicing the heads for now. Because I really want to nail the head shape. Because the head is the focal point of a character, generally speaking. So you really want to make sure that you've got that shape dialed in, otherwise it's going to look really, really weird. So I've been doing like repeated sketches. Basically just I'm applying the same theory, drawing the same, attempting to draw the same head. Maybe with slight variations here, like, oh, I've decided I want to make the jawline go a bit lower or higher, or I want to have their nose higher up, like all sorts of little details, right? Drawing exclusively drones because heads are too hard. But yeah, so I've just been practicing that, and when you've got multiple attempts to go through, absolutely do A/B references. Like, check your current work against your previous work and see which things you prefer and which things you don't prefer. It's possible that a lot of aspects you actually got right the first time, and your experimentation, while incredibly valuable, part of the reason it is so valuable is because you've now learned, okay, I don't like how that looks. Or it might not have even been experimentation. It might have literally just been like natural human error. And you find out, okay, this is something I want to keep more of an eye on. Maybe I need to draw more guidelines to keep myself in check. Because you can always trust the guidelines. Yeah, I've just been drawing heads the past while, and they look really, really nice. I don't know if I'll do it right now, but I think once I've gotten up to a certain point, I'll tell you what, definitely by the time that I have released a full like artwork using these new techniques, I would really love to show like a timeline of all of my different sketches. Basically just dump the whole sketchbook. And I have a physical sketchbook, actually. It's a cheap enough spiral bound situation, but it wakes. I was originally going to draw digitally, but I'm actually preferring the fact that I went for physical in this case. There's a little tactility to it, and also drawing with a drawing tablet. Keep in mind, I don't have like a screen drawing tablet, so the hand-eye coordination there is like really awkward. So, you know, drawing basic curves, whereas ordinarily I'd have to be spamming Control-Z and ass load. In this case, it's like, well, my pencil is exactly where I want it to be, so I just keep drawing, right? It's a lot more intuitive that way. It's really, really nice. So I got the sketchbook, and I've dated the pages that I'm working on. So whenever I do actually make a full piece, I can go through date by date to see exactly how I progressed and exactly how long it took for me to get to the position that I'm in. Which will be really nice to look back on. If you happen to do drawing at all and you happen to use a sketchbook, first of all, if you don't have a sketchbook, please get a sketchbook. Really, really, really helpful. But especially if you do have one, date your pages, because you wanna know how far you've come over a certain time span, right? And also it's just good to document that stuff in general, I find. Ordinarily, I don't have to do this because I'm drawing digitally and the software, you know, keeps track of the date for me. But, you know, when you don't have that, you gotta date it yourself, you know? Excellent. Slenderman dating sim, date my pages. Ooh, motorcycles to Lyon. 55 grand. Bada bing. Alrighty. I'll just get parking, lol. Addendum, do not get 3 different sketchbooks and abandon them. Don't ask me how I know. Yeah. So, oh right, I was gonna say on the drawing tablet actually. Yeah, so a big reason why I didn't use that, one, the hand-eye coordination, but the big thing, I was still going to persist and use it anyways. The problem was, like, some of y'all have been here for the drawing streams I have done, where I drew a lot of the emotes that we have on the channel right now. And my tablet was working fantastic on Linux for that. Now, it does not work fantastic. I don't know why, but it has flipped itself back upside down, which would be fine if only I could put it back. I can't figure out how to put it back. And my buttons on the side have all been unbound. I don't know, is that just like I haven't used my drawing tablet since I left Void Linux, since I switched to Fedora, and that just didn't carry over in my preferences for some reason? All I know is that those binds are gone. I was kind of time crunch, and I'll explain why, because there's a good reason for that as well. And I just wanted to fucking draw. Open tablet driver being like usual. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, I wonder am I missing open tablet driver actually? Unless that's like built into the kernel. I don't know, is that a thing I have to get as user level or whatever? Or install as a package? I legitimately don't know. I don't remember. Hi Ari, how goes the truck? Truck goes good. How's it going for you? Welcome, Ren. OTD is a fully user space thing. Do I have to... You can get his use level? Okay, I you know what? I'm probably missing it then. Because thinking of it, I did the drawing streams while I was still on Void. I've only been on Fedora since February, and I do not remember drawing anything since February. If you're on a Wayland-based thing, you need it. Oh, I will need it. I've been exclusively Wayland for quite a while now, and very proudly. Especially proudly now that X11 is just fully deprecated across a whole bunch of distros, or a whole bunch of desktops. I was telling you this the other day. Sorry, I might have missed it. I use Open Tablet Driver instead of Plasma support because it has lower latency and OS. Oh, of course. You might be able to help with that. Thank you, Julia. One thing I've learned with Linux is that... Let me turn my headlights on. If hardware behavior can be customized in software, it's usually not worth bothering with because it'll work for exactly long enough to get used to. Oh, it'll work for exactly long enough to get used to and then break. Yeah. I've had some weird plasma bugs of it. Okay, apparently something just happened with Steam. That's nice. I've had some weird KDE plasma bugs over the past little while that have been quite annoying. One of them is, so I use automatic theming. What that means is in the daytime, my whole system is light theme. So my file browser, my web browser will adapt to that as well. Everything goes light theme. And when it turns sunset, it switches to dark theme. The idea is that my whole PC interface has a kind of circadian rhythm to it. It's nice. I like it. A lot of people have gone, whoa, ew, you're using light theme? And I'm like, yeah, because it's bright and sunny outside and I have joy in my heart. Don't you? Anyway, yeah, so I use that. And it automatically rotates while my PC is on, which is great. Except when I shut down my PC, of course, it tends to be dark theme, right? It's going to switch to dark theme midway through the stream. It tends to do so. So by the time I shut down, my PC is dark theme. When I boot it back up in the morning, or any time in the day, it doesn't switch to light theme. My applications are light theme, but my panels are not. And apparently this is an existing bug that's been around for a bit. I think there might be a patch for it now, but I don't think it's merged in just yet. All I know is that somewhere in the bug thread, someone had said, oh yeah, this solution worked for me, this patch to Plasma worked for me. No, I have no joy in Whimsy. She's very grumpy. Julia is so grumpy. So I've had that bug. Another one has been in Kwin, which is the compositor that KDE uses. And this particular bug has been intermittent, and I haven't faced it the past 2 boots, which is very, very strange because, okay, basically when I boot up my system, everything looks normal until I actually log in, which is when we go from STDM, which is like the login screen, into an actual KDE Plasma session. My right monitor will be cropped to the upper left quadrant of the screen, and that quadrant will be placed at the bottom right corner of my monitor. So there's like 3/4 of my secondary monitor that's just black, and then I get to see the top left corner of my monitor and the bottom right. It's really, really weird. And the only way I found that I was able to fix it was rebooting into an older Linux kernel. So I was like, okay, I will just do that for now, because I don't feel like filing a bug report at this point. And then I think one day I was just like, I got some time in my hands, I'll report the bug, I might as well. So I did. And ever since then, this bug has not resurfaced. I don't. I got no fucking idea. I would use SVM and H's. My ass moves to Plasma Login Manager. Oh shit, you know, I might be on... I'm on whatever Fedora ships, and I'm pretty sure that's SDDM. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Yeah, that's a weird bug that I was dealing with. Thankfully, it's only those two. That bug report may not go anywhere because I did end up adding in the comments like, okay, nice one, yes, cool. I can't wait to get doxxed for that one. Yes. Anyways, nice driving. Thank you. What was I saying? Yeah, I ended up adding to the I ended up adding to the bug, like, hey, I'm on the latest kernel now and this doesn't seem to happen, so this bug is not tied to the kernel in any way. Which is awkward, because that was the only part of replication that seemed to be consistent. So I have no idea how anyone's supposed to replicate this bug now, but I really don't want it to come back. So, I don't know. I think Fedora defaults to PLM for new installs. If Fedora 43 used PLM, has done that since F44. Okay, so I started with F43 and now I'm on 44. So I might not have it. I might still be on SDDM. I wish I understood what y'all were talking about so bad, but I probably shouldn't. Whoa, my God, I need to stop reading chat. Oh. Whatever, bro. Eyes on the fucking road. 38% down. Look, the fucking cargo is damaged now, too. Those are motorcycles. Is that precious cargo? Hold on. What job am I doing? Yep. High value, fragile cargo. I am losing so much money. I am losing so much. You wouldn't believe it. I am gonna need to pull in for a pit stop at some point, I think. I wish I understood what y'all were talking... I'm on a straight, it's fine. I wish I understood what y'all were talking about so bad, but I probably shouldn't switch to Linux until I get my first custom PC, but God knows when that'll be. I would not install Linux on an Asus ZenBook. Yeah, that monitor configuration, it might work for you, but I would not guarantee it. It might. Wayland is pretty good with, like, weird monitor setups. Way better than X11 ever was. Okay, deciphering the nerd shit. Wayland and X11 are two different, like, display protocols. So it's how Linux ends up eventually... It's the language that Linux applications will speak to get your GPU to draw stuff to the screen. And this is different from, like, shader code or whatever graphics API you're using. This is specifically, like, how to do that within Linux desktop environments. X11 is, like, the dookie dog shit old one that was made in, like, I think the 70s or some shit. And Wayland is way more modern and is way, way better supported nowadays. Well, okay, I don't know about way, way better support. Legacy applications still only support X11, but we have really good translation layers like X-Wayland for bridging the gap on that stuff. X11 is from the 70s? Yeah, I thought I had remembered it correctly. Switch to Linux on your random tier 1 manufacturer laptop. You will certainly not regret this. Your SD card slots will continue working. We need a GPS in chat for Ari so she can get navigation while reading. At the roundabout, take the 3rd exit onto Doodle Avenue. Okay, bro. Yeah. Oh, it's time to take my mandatory break. Ooh, goody. I can't wait for that. I only see a fuel stop up ahead. Maybe that has beds? Hard to say. Wayland's from 2008. Yeah. And it is, you know, it's just more modern. It's a fresh take on
it's time to drink
display
water.
servers. my goodness!
It's time to drink water.
You're right. It's time to drink water. Hold on. Let me fill her up. Yeah, you guys know the deal. It's time to drink water. If you have water with you, you should drink it. And if you don't have water, you should go get some, because water's good for you. I was drinking my ginger beer. It counts. Y'all... I don't know why I bother doing this fucking bit anymore. Y'all don't even drink water. Fucking diabolical. Ah. A bunch of weirdos act like Wayland is the devil. Yeah, whatever. Like genuinely, I don't care. They can stay mad, I guess. This is going to be a great maneuver. This will not be bad for my truck. Yep. Good maneuver. Trailer damage. Fuck. Cargo what did I do? What did I hit? Genuinely, what the hell did I hit? Bro, that fucking thing did not damage my cargo. That little bush, be so for real. Whatever, man. Hello, Sarah. Welcome back. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's gonna be so unhappy. All right. We're good. You're good. You're good. It's a good thing we almost have €1 million in the bank, right, guys? Best driver ever. This is a really weird day for me. I'm crashing more often than I'm used to. I blame the heat. Your Honor, it was too hot. I can't drive in this heat. I suspect a big reason people don't like Wayland is that accessibility tools like screen readers still work way better on X11. Sure, that's reasonable, but we should be porting them or building new and better ones. Like, there's no way, like, some people surely still care about developing accessibility software, right? Please build them for Wayland. Oh, good thought, but no. Most of the hate is either from weird X11 evangelists who act like Wayland is not doing 100% of X11 is bad. Yeah, I don't want something to do 100% of X11 because X11 is kind of shit. 100% of X11 includes my monitor setup completely fucking breaking, and I really don't want that to happen. Please and thank you. Desktop portals are also, like, fucking beautiful. I love them. I want to make out with desktop portals when they work. The only other argument I see a lot for X is remote access because it's still a little bit funky with Wayland because... Why did I stop the engine? It's a little bit funky with Wayland because desktop portals aren't perfect. Yeah, desktop portals are not perfect. Yeah, remote desktop, but that's still not something I've figured out. It's something I'd love to figure out at some point, but I've not figured it out, unfortunately. The way X11 handles multiple monitors is so fucked up, and it's good that Wayland doesn't replicate it. Yes, exactly. Here, Jish, I wonder what you'll think about this one without the Linux background. So, the way Wayland handles multiple monitors is about how you would expect. There is like a canvas that is allocated to... I'm grossly oversimplifying here, by the way, just before Linux people correct me on this. I know. Wayland will basically allocate like a canvas for each monitor, and they can have their own position, their own like display scale, their own DPI, all that jazz, right? It's nice. Wayland is nice. X11 will just make a big fucking frame that encapsulates the space where all of your monitors exist, and it's like one screen that's stretched across. So if you have like if you have monitors that aren't the exact same resolution, there's just going to be like weird black zones when you take screenshots, or I don't know. I think at the very least it stops you from like moving windows into the void area. But yeah, there's other like really fucking weird shit with X11. It's just like not good. It's really bad. This shit was built back when people were still using mainframe terminals. It was real bad. and built for a very, very different time. Wayland is actually like really good for, say, mobile devices and whatnot, with more unorthodox display arrangements. And setups like mine, where I have 2 different monitors of different sizes. Yeah, I was talking about drawing earlier. I just remembered. Yeah. Poking around at Anime Heads for a while. I eventually want to... I'm only doing front and side views right now just to practice, but I do want to move forward to a 3/4 turns at some point soon. Okay, I can't go there. I guess I go here. That's fine. I want to practice that soon, because from then I will be practicing hair, because I've actually done hair yet. It's literally just like... I gotta turn off the engine, man. Yeah, I'll be practicing hair, just like going through each like major stage, developing things and whatnot. Sile is a Linux user's nerding out. Yeah, Anime Heads, front and side views currently is what I'm on. I want to do 3/4 turns next, and then move on to hair. And from there, I can then start fucking around with drawing full bodies as well. Because while I can kind of do it from reference, I don't really understand the theory enough to, like, make my own pose, you know? References are perfectly okay, of course. They have been insanely helpful for me in this case. But, you know, I don't want to only be able to make the poses that I can see in other images. I would like to be able to understand enough where maybe I could combine a couple different pose references together and make like one big pose, if that makes sense. And then I have some very lofty ideas of what I want to do with my newfound power once I get to that point. It's gonna be very fun. I have plans. I have big plans. Something I've been doing as well, actually. This is actually how I ended up getting on finally drawing. I have started, so I already have in my calendar all the hours that I'm working, like my work hours. I have those in calendar, and I have my stream hours in my calendar as well. So like right now I'm in a calendar event that just says RE Melody Live. Sweet. But I've now added a third thing to my calendar, which is basically like skill development segments in my week. And that's like 2 hours a day on the days where I can afford to do so. So like I'm not doing that today because I basically wrapped up work a little bit later. I went for a shower and then I streamed. That's most of what I've done today. Oh, and then the walk that I did, but like that was in between work. It's fine. But I think, yeah, tomorrow, once I'm back from work, I have just a 2-hour block where I'm just gonna draw some more. And the whole idea is like, I can draw whatever the fuck I want. It kind of doesn't matter so long as I draw something. I have to draw something. And ideally it has to be something that's advancing my skill in some way. Like I don't just want to draw the same shit. In this case, like lately I've just been doing the anime heads, but what I've done is I did like, when I drew my first one, I did a much smaller scale drawing. And what I moved up to a few days, I think like a day or two later, was I ended up doing much larger sketches where it's like the front and side view were then like the full span across the page. And that would essentially force me to like think about detail more, basically. Oh, rest of the day you're heading? All right, have a good night. Thank you for joining. Yeah, it's like a little bit of development. I was like, I'm just starting. I don't want to do anything too crazy right now. I want to get comfortable with what I know so I'm not overwhelming myself. So I'll start with, you know, the small sketch that I did before. And then the next stage is just, okay, now make it bigger. And like experiment a little bit with proportions, and then thankfully, because I had made the sketch so much larger, I say sketch, I did actually end up lining the whole thing. There is something really satisfying about taking a sketch and finally putting the line art on it. It just looks so much cleaner, especially on paper. Because like I'm just doing like little like scratches with my pencil at first, very light bits, and then I go over it with a pen and it just pops so much. It's really vibrant. I love it. But yeah, what I ended up doing with all of the extra space that I had, once I was done the line art, I was like, okay, these are now inked into the page. I cannot change them. Oh my god. Yeah. These are now inked into the page. Now let's draw, or let's write a whole bunch of notes around the thing. So it's basically like little micro critiques. How's my driving? It's little micro critiques of like all the little bits of the drawing. Like, hold on. While we're on a straight, let me, this is fine, I'm sure. Let me pull out my sketchbook while I'm going 95 down at 80. Yeah, cool. So I have larger, much larger. I think it's like 4 times scale, to be honest. It's like double width, double height. Much bigger drawings in this case. I put a lot more focus into guidelines because that was something that I didn't really do with my first drawings. And I was like, okay, I want my front and side views to actually match up. And thankfully, I was going to say I have a background in. I kind of don't. But back in secondary school, I did, what would we call it? Some people call it DCG, Design Communications Graphics. Some people call it tech drawing, technical drawing. It's essentially like the basis for like how you would end up drawing blueprints, right? It's a very structured, it's an architectural design language sort of deal, right? And a big part of that is you need to have your multitude of views depicting this thing, right? So I very much understand, thankfully, from that class, the concept of, you know, having your different views, so you can get like a full 3D rotation in your head. DT, my beloved. Oh, what's that for in the UK? You're doing great. No notes. Honestly, go faster. I'm doing all of this with my sketchbook in my hand. Fuck me, man. I'm so glad that didn't penalize me. Design technology? Oh, sweet. Yeah. It's very similar here. Go top speed in residential zones? I don't think there are residential zones usually. The closer you get is like a small town here, but it's usually like all of the areas are usually lined with city buildings and industrial stuff. Like, I don't know, those look like apartments over there, I guess, but that's kind of it. At my school, it rotated between product design, electronics, food tech, and woodwork. Interesting. We definitely didn't have product design. We didn't have straight electronics. We had a metalworking class that happened to have a tiny smidgen of electronic work in there. Really not much, though. It was mostly metalworking. But yeah, anyways, so I very much understand the importance of a front and side view, especially because, I think I mentioned this before, another thing that I've been doing is 3D modeling. I've been screwing around in Blender. And a big part, if you want to make a character model, you are going to need a turnaround drawing, and that is usually like a front and a side view. I say usually, like it kind of has to be minimally a front and side view, because the idea is then in Blender, you can go to like I think orthographic view is what it's called. The opposite of perspective, anyway. And you like focus on the front view and you draw out the shapes from that perspective, and then you adjust the vertices then on the side views as well, so that your model ends up matching the turnaround drawing on both planes. And so long as you've got that, you'll have a pretty damn convincing 3D model. It's really nice. It's very intuitive, I find. So yeah, I really want to practice up to a point where I can do a full turnaround drawing, And then I would love to make my own 3D model entirely from scratch. Because I have already done that now. I've done the model, but I didn't make the turnaround. So it's not entirely my model, you know? I took the reference turnaround, I built the model around it, and then I just kind of tweaked the proportions to what I wanted. But I would like to do something a lot more advanced and custom. I think that'd be really, really cool. But yeah, actually looking at the sketchbook now, it's great. So the 9th of this month is when I first did a drawing, and this was literally just, I have not looked at a reference, I have not looked at a guide, I am just going to draw from memory what I think this would look like. It did not look good, guys. It looked really bad. It looked very, very bad. 2 days later, 11th of July, I actually looked at that tutorial, and the drawings I had coming out of that look incredible in comparison. I drew probably the best side profile I think I've ever drawn in my life. Like, immediately. Fucking fantastic. That's so cool. Same day, a little bit later, I started practicing hair a bit. It turns out I already have a pretty decent idea of how straight hair falls, but there's a little bit more theory I'd like to, like, ingrain into myself, because it's still, like, I basically know how to draw one hairstyle, and it's basically mine, I guess, and I don't really know how to do much else. So I'd really like to be able to expand that a bit so I could draw different types of hair. That'd be very cool. Different types of straight hair, to be clear. There's also wavy hair, which has a whole other theory to it. There's curly hair, which also has a whole other theory to it. I'm going to stick with the hair that I currently have for now, and I'll work my way forwards from there. And then it was but yesterday, I nearly crashed on that bus. It was but yesterday that I went back to the drawing book and basically did the front and side view that I did the day before, but just bigger. And I have a whole bunch of notes on this one. Let me make this turn to make sure I don't crash, and I will read them. Yeah, so I noted, like, positives and things to improve, basically. So I really like the way I do eyes. I seem to already kind of have a lot of that down. There was a really neat, very simple eye style that was shown in the tutorial that I watched, and it's just solid. It works really well. It's not too complicated. It's great for reference models. It's fantastic. So I'm sticking with that at the moment, and I'll expand on that a bit later. Something I would like to do at some point is I would like to, because I'm currently just using the pencil and pen that I have in my fucking pencil case from college, right? But I would like to get, like, an actual set of, you know, colored pencils and maybe more colored pens, even if I wanted to ink the stuff in. That would be really, really cool. That's all stuff I would like to do, but right now I'm just focusing on getting some practice in, and then I'll do my my investments into stuff. Also, yo, you see that? Above my map? 1 million! We hit it! Hold on, I'm gonna get distracted by this now. Oh, fucking chat's in the way. I'm sorry, you can't see that. Wait, I'll, Services. Bank. 1 million euro and 1,029,000 euro. We fucking did it. That's it. Money! Money! Hold on, let me... Hell yeah. Our first milli, baby. That's so fucking cool. I'm glad I noticed that. Pretty close to when it actually happened. I think that was as early as I possibly could have. But yeah, anyways. So I really like the eyes that I draw. Especially like feminine eyes where they've got like a little bit of eyeliner at the top and like the wings as well. Really, really like those. I've always been a fan for those. I don't know why. I've been a sucker for that for years. So I really like the eyes that I did. They're very, very cool. Eyebrows aren't too bad either. I had little bits like, oh, the nose on the side view could have been extended a bit further. It's a little bit flat in what I drew. The jaw lines between my front and side view didn't actually match because I did not draw a guideline for it. So I'm taking a note next time I do a guideline. for where the jawline ends, and make sure that it's mimicked on both sides. The nose thing, that's just, yeah, just extend it further. There's a pretty easy solution to that. The front of the neck on the side view, I would like to extend further forward. It's a bit too thin, I find. The back of the head, so something that never really clicked with me until I ended up actually watching a guide that explicitly said it. So if you're drawing a front view, you kind of start with like a big circle that represents the top round part of your head, and then you drop like lines down a little bit from there on the sides to establish the cheeks, basically. And then wherever you turn towards the center where the chin is your jawline then. On the side view, it's a little bit different. You kind of have a, not a whole ass oval, but a slightly stretched out ellipse. So it's not a circle. It's a little bit wide. In my case, I did that, but I did also make it too short. So while the rest of my proportions matched up, can I even go through here? Oh, that's fine. Okay. Works for me. Remember 9 months ago when you were 100K in the negatives? Oh boy. I don't actually. It's been so long since last I saw the red. But yeah, so I made that like dome of the cranium a bit too short. So like while the overall proportions were fine, the back of the head kind of ended higher up than I feel like it is actually natural. But that said, huh? You know, compared to a human head, I'm A-Bing between, again, because that's where I ended up making my criticisms. It's like compare to the old ones, and it's like, do I prefer or not? I think both of them are a little bit off. I think if I went somewhere in the middle, I think the head shape would be fine. And the last thing was I made the ear a little bit too tall. And I decided I needed to... The solution to that is basically refresh my knowledge on the height guides for ears. It's supposed to be like somewhere between the eyes and mouth, basically. But that's really simplifying it. I would like to get something a little bit more precise so it's a bit more replicable. Oh, May. Had to reset her save because she was so far in the hole. Yeah. Very unfortunate. It can happen. It can happen. Right, now that I have my sketchbook open, I can actually put pedal down. This is great. Yeah, so drawing. Very cool. Having fun with that. It's nice. Honestly, I think the biggest thing is I'm just glad I'm finally doing it. I'm elated that it's coming out as nice as it is so early as well. Ugh, sorry. So early as well. Oh, man, you cannot be slowing down like this. Yeah, I'm overtaking you, asshole. Get fucked, Lamau. Can you imagine how bad that could have been? Hello! Let me out. Let me out. Thank you. What else has been going on? Jamboree was fucking fun, wasn't it? The Mecha Chameleon one? For those of you who were there for it. That was so fire. I think I want to keep Mecha Chameleon on the mind for a future one. That'd be pretty nice. Yeah, Jish, having you on that was also a blast. That was wonderful. That was a great time. We do have an idea for what the Jamboree this week is going to be already lined up with some sizable interest. It should be fun. I won't spoil it for the non-VIPs, but everyone who is VIP can see exactly what we're going to be doing and is welcome to participate if they are available. As I leave after a bit, and when I came back, everyone was talking about, well, Mecha Chameleon? Oh, horsecocks. I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about now. I was not there. I'm gonna have to watch the VOD when it's out. I was spending money. It is on Twitch, for what it's worth. The Twitch VODs, I don't delete. Those stay up for 2 weeks before Twitch automatically deletes them. But yes, the long-term VOD will be live on the VOD's channel. Whenabouts will that be? I'm pulling out my phone, baby. We're trucking. I'm pulling out my phone. This is it. I hope I don't crash while doing this. My truck is already in pretty bad shape. What are we looking at the moment? Wow, Nier Automata Part 8 is out right now. There's 15 parts of that. We wrapped that up a while ago. You know what? I'm just glad the backlog is finally getting cleared. That is enough for me. Part of me wonders, should I speed it up? But I also don't have a scheduling function in Vodular just yet, so I still have to manually schedule the VODs, which is not ideal. So I'm not looking to rush it right now, necessarily. Yeah, I think we will be, at least going from today, like this stream will come out on the 5th of August. Which Jamboree? Oh shit, it's not marked as, never mind. Forget, oh my god. Forget what I said. Don't mind my driving. Yeah, Mecha Chameleon. Is this working okay? Yeah, I think it is. It is not scheduled, but that should be going up. Yeah, I think this one is going up 5th of August. So, yeah, sometime early next month, basically. I love the thumbnail that I did for it. I basically got all of the screenshots of the stupid little goobers that oh my god, the skins that I painted on my character, and threw those in the thumbnail. It looks really fun. Oh yeah, there's a VIP channel in Melody Chord. Yes. Eyes off the road. Play games on your phone. Watch TikToks. Joining non-VIP seeing this? There is no VIP chat. I mentioned before, and actually, just to be clear, if you are subscribed on Twitch, there is an exclusive subscriber-only channel that has not really been used, and I don't blame you for not using it, because I don't know what you would use it for. I just have it there so that you at least have something on the Discord. You have a space to, I don't know, plot against the non-subs. I don't know. The free stream Andes, whatever you want to call them. But I had talked about in a prior stream, probably months ago at this stage, to be honest, I've been talking about starting a Patreon, or at least an interest in doing so. I did get a start on that at some point, but I wanted to do like an art pass and make fancy banners for stuff, so that was like, okay, I'm gonna put this on hold for the moment. Free stream Andes. Yeah. Secret meowing channel, huge. Fuck it, you can do that in the subscriber channel. I don't care. If that makes your Twitch subscription worth it, please go right ahead, meow to your heart's content in there. I do not care. That is a space for the Twitch subscribers to do their thing. We're going to war against the free stream Andes. I shouldn't have said that. I've started segregation. Oh no. It's over. It's over, guys. We're gonna need a fucking DEI meeting in Melody Chord over paid subscribers and free viewers. Oh man. I love the bypass lane. This is great. Did you know this is the bypass lane? You can just pass people here. It's allowed. It's not allowed. Please don't take my advice. Look at the health on my truck and tell me that I'm actually a good source of driving advice. Anyways, yeah. Oh my god, current poll. Is it time to plot against the free stream Andes? Oh no. It's so over. But yeah, I was talking about a Patreon. And while I have gotten a start on it, I haven't pushed further with it. Partly because the art pass, but also partly because I've said before, I really don't want to... I mean, okay, I could make a Patreon right now. I could set it up right now, release it, and people would probably give me money for some fucking reason. I'm not necessarily comfortable with that, though. I want y'all to give me money because I'm actually, like, delivering something for that money. So for streams, I'm, as far as I'm concerned, upholding my end of the deal by doing the streams. The subscription money makes this increasingly more viable as a actual job and a thing that I should be, like, really, really committing woman hours to, is the whole idea behind that. But with a Patreon, there is currently no incentive for that as far as I'm concerned, and I would like there to be an incentive before I actually go announcing that I have one. But I have some ideas. One of them is, like, an exclusive Discord channel. The thing that I've actually been debating in my head is, should that channel be shared with Twitch subscribers? Or should patrons get their own spots? I don't know. I feel like it could be very funny if there were separate channels, because then there could actually be a rivalry between two different parties who actually have stakes. Fucking 3 of 3 said yes, it's time to plot against the Free Stream Andes. God damn it, guys. Subscribers and Free Stream Andes can unite against our true enemy, VOD heads. No, not the VOD heads. To be honest, I think for a lot of people, it's plenty of incentive that they're just blanket supporting you and your art with their money, but the extras are nice for sure. See, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but that's kind of like where I think a Ko-Fi would make more sense. I think of a Ko-Fi as a more donation-centered platform, whereas a Patreon is like an exclusive content platform. That's generally how I separate those in my head. If you really feel like doing that, my Ko-Fi is actually a thing. I do have one. I don't necessarily advertise it anywhere, but it's, I think it's /REmelody or something. Maybe? I don't remember. Is Ko-Fi for all of it? Yeah, that's valid. I know some people do. I support people on Ko-Fi actually who do exclusive content on Ko-Fi, and it's solid enough. Yeah, I do have that should you choose to do so, though I would say I would recommend, as much as Twitch does definitely take a cut of it, I would recommend going the Twitch route, purely because you will definitely get, like, you know, shouted out on stream if you do that. Like, your name will appear on screen. I will be able to immediately notice that you have given that support and then thank you for it. Ko-Fi, not so much. Not really a thing. I don't really have a mechanism right now for seeing in real time when someone supports my Ko-Fi. Fucking trailer damage, whatever, bro. Who cares? I need to do the, like, this particular place is such a pain in the ass to get in. I need to do the widest of turns. Also, look at our money. 999,922. Delightful. This is a Ko-Fi stream bot. I mean, yeah, to be clear, I don't have facilities for it right now, which is why I'm recommending against it. But at some point in the future, it would be really cool. I am looking to, at some point in the future, make my own... Like, I already have my own stream utilities to some extent. Oh, man, this is going to be tricky, isn't it? Hopefully fine, hopefully fine. Oh, goated? Turn of the century? Where am I? Okay. That's what I'm getting caught on. That's okay, that's okay. I can work with this. They're calling her the best to ever do it. Yeah, baby. That's what I wanted. Yeah, I have been thinking for a bit of if I were to make my own custom alert system, I want to give it integrations with, like, everything. Like, if it were up to me, I don't know if there's a facility for this, but if I were able to track real-time Bandcamp sales, I would absolutely flag that up on screen when someone buys free-to-play or something, you know? Are you supposed to do this one? Like this. This parking, like, this particular parking spot blows, but it is just, you know, part of the job, as it were. And here we are. Delightful. Reasonable? Damn, bro. Oh! I can't fault that. I can't fault that. I damaged fucking motorbikes. You're not supposed to do that. We're not going to take a job just yet because I desperately need a rest up. And I need to turn down my music. God, yeah, that music was up really loud, wasn't it? At least compared to what I expect. Okay, there's the nearest maintenance. Really? That's the nearest? Oh god, no, don't do that. Yeah, that's the nearest one. Alright, we're going there then. Destroy all motorbikes. Alright, we're back in the millie, baby. Okay, well, I'll do the rest stop first, because it's really bitching about that. Yeah, mandatory break, I'm on it. Yeah, I would like to make my own custom tool that has my own hand-rolled integrations with all the things, so that I can make all of those alerts appear basically seamlessly into the stream. I think that'd be really nice. Actually, do I want to do that for Bandcamp? I don't think there is a really good way to do pseudonyms with Bandcamp. Like, when you buy stuff on my Bandcamp, it shows the full name that you give and the email address, neither of which need to be broadcasted on stream. Okay, well, that scratches that out then. Ko-Fi could work, though. Patreon could also work, if there is an API for that stuff. I have no idea if there is. And here we are. Yeah, here we are. There you go. Yeah, you're tired. Get over it. If only there were a girl dedicated to reverse engineering Bandcamp's APIs. Yeah, but like, is there a real-time API that I could listen to? That's the trick. Or at least something I could ping every once in a while. That would probably be enough, to be honest. Oh yeah, and also throwing that stuff in the chat would also be nice, because I don't know if you noticed, but when events like that happen, they don't appear in the chat, and I would like them to appear in the chat. Exodrifter actually has something like this. Her chat will show follow and sub events and cheers, and I think even channel point redeems. And I do like that. I would like that in my own streams as well. When you buy stuff on Bandcamp, you have a Bandcamp username. Unless you don't, then you have only an email and the name you used to pay. I guess we only do it if someone with a username did. I guess the tricky thing is, like, as neat of an idea as it would be, the alerts make more sense for those who are actually present in the stream. And you can't guarantee, just because someone very conveniently bought free-to-play while watching my streams, or sorry, just because someone happened to buy free-to-play while I was streaming does not mean that they even know that I'm on Twitch, much less live on it, right? So the alert could come up and I could say thank you, but it might not mean anything because that person is not present in the audience at the time. So, catch-22, I guess. With Ari's audience, it would be 90% dead name brought free to play. I must say with a heavy heart that I've seen a bunch of names where I just kind of glaze over and I'm like, yeah, that don't look right. Now, in a lot of cases, the email is also like not super obvious to me, so I'm like, okay, I don't really know who this person is, but I just will not probe. I don't want to. These are details I don't need to know. I have logged for my own personal use every every Bandcamp payout I've gotten, but I don't log the individual. Well, no, I save the emails when Bandcamp, because Bandcamp will notify me whenever there's a new purchase.
It's time to drink water.
Oh my goodness, that's true.
It's time to drink water.
That's right, it is time to drink water. Yeah, you know the deal. If you have water with you, you should drink it. If you don't have water, you should go get some, because water is good for you. Oh, making a very awkward turn while doing this. Yeah, water. I love water, baby. All right. What was I saying? Yeah, so I've saved the Bandcamp emails for when... Oh. It's not too late. It's not too late. I'm built different. Oh god, I'm making it worse. Oh god, stop mounting, stop mounting. Simply drive over the fence. True, actually. Yeah. That would do it. Okay. Bro, this package is... This shipment's gonna be so fucking late. Oh, stop. Go forward. Yeah, okay. Now, reverse. Oh, no, I spun it the wrong way again. Oh, what do you mean, man? Okay, you know, I have an idea. I'm built different. I'm built different. I'm better. I'm the original. Okay. And then very quickly. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Oh my god. This is fine. We did it, baby. Oh god, this is immensely stupid. Okay. A bad driver never misses an exit, baby. Uh-huh, okay. And then we go like this. Oh no, I'm turning the wrong way, aren't I? Oh wait, no, I wasn't even reversing. Hold on. Whoa, god. This is fine. Oh, the kind of shit my wheel is doing right now. Unparalleled. Come on! Come on! You can do it! Oh no. Oh no! Please! Please! Fucking go! Shit! Okay. We might have a problem. We might have a slight problem. Ever so slight. Oh god. Fuck. Yeah, man. Yeah, go ahead. Go. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Are you serious? Oh, yeah? Go, man. Go! Move your truck! Move your truck! Stop stopping and go! Okay. No! Fucking asshole. Okay, this way, quickly. Or someone overtakes. No, you don't. No, you don't, asshole. Holy shit, man. Okay. I need somewhere where I can actually do a wide turn. Yeah, in front of the ambulance and police over here. This seems like a good spot. Okay, where actually would be a good spot? I guess we just start here, right? Oh, wait, are we in the same problem as before? Oh, shit, right. Wait. Oh, no, I'm doing it again, aren't I? This is just the same bit, but a second time. Unless... Whatever. Well, that was dog shit. How bad? How bad are we talking? 18 grand. I've paid worse. I've paid worse. Still in the milli, baby. That's what it's all about. How the total restore cost? That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. I guess, yeah, it's all brand new parts, right? It worked! Yeah, guys, it worked. It totally worked. First try, baby. Oh, man. What a pain in the ass. Hey, why is this still marked as unknown? I'm here. I'm literally driving around. Okay. Now it's known. Alright, that's great. Suppose we take a job, yeah? Holy shit. That couldn't have been more scuffed. Alright. Medical equipment to Duisburg. Let's hope this one goes better than the last one. Oh, shoot. I probably want to do a fuel stop first, yeah? Oh, shit. Oh, God. What do you mean? That can't be right. Huh? No. What? I gotta just be able to go off that way, right? Surely. Or not, maybe. Well, I know that would work, so maybe we'll try that. I wanted to clip that, but Twitch doesn't let me clips long enough. I suppose is the job for me. Bro! Whatever. Oh, before I crash out, let's just fucking go. Oh, I don't need diff lock. There you go. Fucking hell. What a journey this is being, huh? Did I have something else I wanted to talk about today? There was drawing. That was a big deal for me. Some Linuxy stuff, as always. Should have driven through the center of that roundabout. Oh, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. Ooh, here's a cool development in the world of VTubing. If y'all, I mean, most of y'all should know Hoshino Lina. Extremely cool, also VTuber, who specializes in reverse engineering software. She was a huge impact in the Asahi Linux project, but has since moved away from that because, we can't have nice things because some people are assholes. But has since been doing a lot of personal projects, and they've all been very cool looking. Her most recent project, which I am particularly fond of, is she is reverse engineering the live 2D model format. So this is like if you get a if you get a live 2D VTuber model made for you, you're gonna get it in a live 2D model file, specifically a .moc3 file, MOC3. And Lena, for I presume reasons of her own. Actually, well, no, she had a whole bunch of reasons, which I can get into in a moment. But for some very cool reasons, had taken it upon herself to go ahead and like reverse engineer the whole goddamn format. So, clean room engineering. She doesn't have a copy of. She has runtime software. Like she has VTube Studio installed. But she doesn't have anything installed that would require her to accept an end-user license agreement or any kind of license agreement with Live 2D. Is it Live 2D? Is Live 2D just the format, or is that actually the group that maintains it? I don't remember. But either way, she didn't have to agree to any terms of that because she never got any software that necessarily requires her to fall into any of that. So she doesn't have like the creator studio or anything. Cubism, I think is what they call it. Live 2D Cubism. And she doesn't have, well, okay, a little bit of background. So those like 2D VTuber models that you see, they are generally live 2D models. And the software that is used to make and then use them use the Live 2D SDK, the software development kit, which is just a couple tools that you as a developer get, which allows you to integrate that stuff into your software, basically. And if you are getting, say, the editor, which is the only way to actually make a VTuber model, or a Live 2D model in particular, you have to accept the terms of the agreement. There is no other software out there that exists that can make Live 2D models because, well, I guess no one's done it. And I presume that the folks behind Live 2D would probably not be super cheesed if you were to do so, and might get a bit litigious about it. But you can't get litigious with someone if they've never, because it's not an infringement of copyright necessarily. Like, you're essentially making a compatible alternative SDK, which I don't believe there is any copyright precedent for that whatsoever. And there's no terms that she's violating because she never entered into an agreement. So the idea is she does this entirely clean room. She has never used the software that would require her to sign agreements for this SDK or whatever. All she has is a test model that she's been given, her own model that she had commissioned by someone else, and her reverse engineering skills, and a whole bunch of thankfully public documentation on the SDK itself. So, like, you know, if you're going to release an SDK, you do have to release documentation for it. So even if people don't have any of your tooling, they can still read the documentation to get an idea of how it works. And that's a big part of what Lena's been up to over the past while. And her research and her development, her R&D, has come to a head. She officially has an SDK of sorts. There's like a little bit that's still missing. She does have a fully functioning renderer with a proof of concept. I actually tested it today. It works flawlessly. I literally just grabbed a live 2D model off the shelf and threw it in there. Worked immediately. No frills, no thrills. It just worked. Fantastic. The only thing that she hasn't implemented just yet is physics, which is an important part of live 2D models. You know, the hair physics, the clothes physics, the other physics, we'll say. But that seems to be the last development that she's working on, and then she is just releasing an open source, free to use, no strings attached SDK that pretty much anyone can just integrate into their own software. So once that happens, you're going to see in the future, because, you know, development takes time, you're going to see a lot of open source live 2D players, for one. So like YouTube Studio is the one that most people use, but you may see an open source one that, say, for my interests, works directly with Linux without any compatibility layers, which YouTube Studio, you do need that stuff. You need a very specific version of Proton, to be exact. So we could have cool shit like that, and we could have open source from the ground up model builders, like model editors, without having to agree to any draconian user license agreement, which is fantastic. So we can use the format, we can use the binary format that is already widely compatible and very widely used, and without breaking anything, we just have open source alternatives that are super free to use and without restrictions. Notably, you have to pay for the editor, I believe. But I presume, you know, with an open source equivalent, someone is probably going to want to be the first to make the free one that everyone is able to use. Probably going to see that integrated into Godot. That's going to be a big one. I can see a lot of people making Godot live 2D viewers, and I'm certainly down for that. That would be really, really cool. There is a lot of precedence, actually, that making compatible APIs and files is fine, even in the business world. Sweet. Awesome. I mean, yeah, no, there is, isn't there? That's like why LibreOffice can exist, right? While including the docx formats. They reverse engineered it. Yeah, it works. It works. I'm overtaking you. Thank you. I missed the first part of the story. What was in the user agreement? So I don't know the terms of the agreement because I haven't agreed to them myself. But I presume the agreement would be like, hey, if you're using this SDK, you cannot create derivative works based on this SDK, basically. You can create stuff with the SDK, of course, but you can't just like redistribute it. There is also, okay, I'll put it this way. Even without the user license agreements, if you already have a copy of the software, you can no longer say with like plausible deniability, basically, that you didn't just steal their software in your own implementation. The idea with reverse engineering, ideally, is that you do not have access to the source code and in some cases even the application. All you have access to is the inputs and the outputs. In this case, the input is the model, and the output is what is rendered then to your screen, to the canvas. So what she's been doing is she's been using test models to essentially go, okay, I've got this raw binary format, let's just glide through here and using the documentation as a reference, see if we can decipher what all of these little bits in the data are, and essentially just write our own software wrapper around it, our own binary parser that can take this serialized format and turn it into data we can actually use. Yeah, it's so fucking awesome. And she's been doing this work for the past few weeks now, and today she announced she has a fully functioning viewer. It is the current library is written in Rust. The proof of concept is a completely self-contained web app So you upload your you load your model. Your model doesn't leave your machine. It all just happens within the browser, because she's compiled the whole the current state of the SDK into a web format. So you can just open this thing up in your browser like any old application, drop your Live 2D model in, and it just fucking works. Asterisk. So it works as a viewer, but it does not work as actual VTubing software because there are more components involved. Namely, she says she still needs to get physics in place. That's a big one. But also, if you open the software, you'll notice that there's a whole bunch of like tweakable parameters, and that's basically it. That is because there is no tracking capabilities in this software. She is looking to make a full, maybe not fully featured, but certainly a featureful enough, like actual model player at some point that will include some amount of tracking facilities. So face tracking and whatnot. Another cool thing that she is also reverse engineering, I don't know what the progress is on that, but she definitely expressed interest in it, is ARKit, which is the toolkit that Apple provides for doing things like face tracking on iPhones. She found out through some investigation that the actual like machine learning model that can read your face and use it to, I don't know, project onto your Memoji or whatever, it doesn't use what I would have thought. It doesn't actually use the IR sensors on the front camera. It actually just uses the color camera feed, and the model is just really like well tuned to faces with that camera. So in theory, you can just take that model, and if you can build your own harness around it, you can just have ARKit's quality face tracking on your own camera, on your own computer, and plug that directly into Live 2D compatible software. I see the vision. I have a feeling this is where Lena intends to go with this, but in any case, it is extremely fucking cool what she's done so far. The proof of concept is fantastic. Basically, all that you need to make a full-fledged VTubing software at this point, or a VTubing like Live 2D player, is you need the physics, so that physics can happen, and all of those little tweakable parameters, you just have to bind them to stuff that's happening with the face. That's pretty much it. That is the work you need to do. End of story. So I'm very, very excited to see what's to come there, because I guarantee you whatever's going to come out of this is going to be very nice on Linux. It's going to play very, very nicely on Linux. And I like streaming on Linux, but it does have its flaws. For example, I would be able to VTube in my current position. I've tested it before, but I, for one, don't actually have my own Live 2D model that I can actually VTube with, but it's also just kind of jank because I am using Windows software through compatibility layers, and there's all sorts of weird moving parts in that I don't really like. If I could just have something that runs natively, ideally something I could just compile on my own system even, that would be fantastic. I would be very, very, very happy with that. And I do think there's a lot of potential for that. So I'm jazzed. I think that's really, really cool. I kind of blundered the explanation of all of that in the beginning, because I felt like I had to set up all sorts of like what certain things mean and whatever. I had to lay out definitions. But hopefully you get the idea. Basically, extremely cool person is working on their own open source, independent, like development kit for making your own Live 2D model players, or at least minimally model viewers, and editors. She doesn't intend on making an editor. From what I understand, she intends to kind of leave that for someone else to do. The main idea is she wants a native way to run Live 2D models on her system. I think more importantly, just competition in the space. Like, Is it cubism? Are they the I'm just whoever owns Live 2D. I don't know. They basically have a monopoly on the whole thing. They have a monopoly on the editor. They have a monopoly on the SDK for actually viewing the models. That's not good. That's bad for competition. So the reverse engineering is, in no small part, for the sake of competition in the space, which I really respect. Yeah, she's doing all that, and it's really cool. It's really got legs. It's running. I'm happy. I'm excited. And you should be too. Because boy howdy, is that going to benefit me directly in the future. Oh yeah, I think she was saying, so one of the tricks with making your own SDK is when you actually are able to just pull apart the model file format like that, you can actually re-edit the model to an extent. She has said there's a decent amount of stuff in the format that is kind of baked in, so you wouldn't be able to open your Mach 3 file as if it was a project file, and that's not necessarily what she's looking to do either, which I respect. If you're hiring an artist and this artist is spending a great deal of time rigging your model for you, then the project file should be theirs. This shouldn't just be a thing that people can just rip apart and then do their own thing with and whatever. Like, ideally, you kind of keep that artist in business, right? That's preferable. But what you could most certainly do with the SDK, and this is something she has vouched for as a potential use case, you could stitch new stuff onto an existing model, which is a very, very interesting idea. So say if you want to add a new little cosmetic, but you don't want to go talk to your rigger just because you want to put a little fucking doodad in your character. Like, you kind of just want to put the thing on and get on with your life. You could have tools that just allow you to go like, okay, hey, I want this little thing to be pinned to this part of the armature or whatever. Do that, and it'll just work. In theory, anyway. There's a lot of documentation / legal casework about something similar with clean room reverse engineering that goes even as far as having one person reading copyrighted code, understanding it, and telling someone how it works for them to create the new code based on this explanation. Yeah, pretty much. And to an extent, that's kind of what reading the documentation on the SDK is. You're getting someone who understands that code, who has written documentation on how it works, and then she's taken that documentation on how it works and just implemented it. Makes sense. It's cool. Yes, Lena is fantastic. I have so much respect for her. I'm having a little boogie to the Pikanika music. I feel so joyous. It is so joyous. It's such wonderful music. Oh hey, the stereotypical lesbian simulator for training the U-Haul drivers. Are there that many lesbian U-Haul drivers? I put U-Haul in the title as just a load lifting joke, but I didn't realize there was a whole bit here. Euro Lesbian Simulation 2, yeah. Close enough. Whatever. Oh boy. Oh, did this happen? This did happen Tuesday, I think. So I don't know if I actually mentioned it on stream. No, yeah, I think last week I mentioned that it hadn't arrived yet. Yeah, for anyone who exclusively watches my trucking streams and nothing else for some reason, my new keyboard finally arrived. My Iris CE revision 1, an Ergo Split ortholinear keyboard. It's very nice. Oh my god! I was saying thank you! 5 months with Prime. Holy shit. Wahoo! Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Alright, do you know U-Haul lesbian? Do know U-Haul lesbian is stereotype, right? It's the first I'm hearing of this. Genuinely the first I'm hearing of this. Oh no, U-Haul lesbians is a meme about lesbians falling madly in love and like the next day moving in together. Oh. So that's what Julia meant. I thought you just like, what if we both had U-Haul trailers together? Like, huh? Yeah, whatever. Not, hey, what if we both just like helplessly moved in with each other without giving it any thought whatsoever? Great. Unfortunately, that wahoo was too pitch accurate to the Mario sound effect, so this stream's now being claimed by Nintendo Corporation. Fuck! It's over, guys. I'm sorry. Fellas, is it gay to rent a U-Haul box truck together? But yeah, new keyboard. Ergonomic split. So it's two separate keyboard parts. It's ortholinear. That has taken some getting used to. It is a very minimal keyboard, so I've been getting used to macro layers for the first time. That's been fun. I probably should have pulled in there, huh? Fuck it. We ball. Oh god, this destination is 5 hours away. Yeah, I really hope there's a stop soon. That's not a stop. Other side of the road is a stop, but not this one. Yeah, really, really nice keyboard. Rolling through again. Ergo split, ortholinear, low profile switches, fully QMK compatible, addressable RGB. It's so fucking cool. I posted a picture of it actually on socials. If you search me on Blue Sky with the word iris, I guess, or green keyboard. I'm sure the alt text of the image includes those keywords. You'll be able to find it there if you want to have a look at it. It's a really fucking cool board. It's so nice. Fellas, is it a gay to rent a U-Haul box truck together? Probably. Jish says yes. I'm gonna go, Ari. It's very warm in our room. It's currently 34 outside it. My house has no AC at all. Oh, joy! Try not exploding, bursting into flames. I hope you have a good day. Enjoy some breeze, please, please. Extremely, you are married now. Twitch wanted to censor "you are gay." Love is love, Amazon. Yeah, fucking Twitch is weird. Twitch's moderation is very, very weird. Damn you, Twitch guy. Hashtag fuck you, Twitch guy. Writing my Jeff Bezos self-cessed fanfiction on AO3 is retaliation as we speak. Ooh. That's maybe something I could talk about. Not AO3 fanfiction, though I realize that's a hilarious way to segue. I mentioned that I've now started... Well, I have started. It's very early. I hope I'm able to stick this, but we'll see how long it goes. Ari. You could talk about AO3 self-cessed? I mean, I could, maybe. You really want me to. Got no qualms with this. You could talk about Jeff Bezos self-cessed fanfiction? Oh, no. Not Jeff Bezos, though. No, he doesn't have Riz. Not nearly enough. Anyway, yeah. So I mentioned that I've now been like blocking out time for certain like skill development activities. So drawing is the notable one. I do have some time blocked out literally just for doing music this week, which is pretty cool. Oh wow, it's dark all of a sudden. My goodness. I was saying words. Yeah, I'm blocking out those like skill development hours basically. And I have drawing for tomorrow. I'm going to be spending 2 hours at least tomorrow just drawing, just practicing. I think I'm doing music a bit later in the week. But at some point in the middle, I'm going to be doing writing. I'm going to be doing some writing stuff. Perfect music to come up right as I say that, by the way. Amazing. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some writing. That's going to be interesting. I have some plans for very involved taping my mouth shut for the next 5 minutes. I was talking with May about this last night. She knows some things now. And they're things that I cannot share, but basically I've had some very lofty ideas over the past couple days. And I say lofty mostly because it's a bunch of things I haven't tried before. But EXO! Hello! Welcome with the 12 people raid! Hello! Raid message, raid message, holy raid message. Thank you so much and welcome everybody. Oh man, I actually haven't had like a sizable raid in a while. I've only raided EXO. I guess I do an intro thing? This is a first for me. Hi everyone. In case you don't know me, my name is Ari Melody. I'm a little doodle for the time being, and I'm trucking right now. I consider myself a variety streamer though, so it's trucking on Mondays. This is the usual rotation every single Monday. But I am actually, oh yeah, hilariously, I'm playing EXO's game on Wednesday. I'm playing No Signal. Maybe wrapping up No Signal on Wednesday, actually, going off my current progress. I don't remember exactly where I am. Oh, thank you, whichever mod did the shout out. Thank you very much, appreciate it. But yeah, I'm trucking today. I'm playing No Signal on Wednesday, so if you want to catch me playing EXO's game, you gotta follow. You gotta join in for that stream. It's gonna be fun. And on Saturday, I'm doing a big gaming stream with a whole bunch of friends. It's gonna be a good time. Very fun time this week. I was talking about something. Oh yeah, my plans. My devious plans. By the way, talking mostly on phone while driving is banned in some countries. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it. I especially wouldn't pay any attention to the damage indicators on my truck or my trailer, by the way. Those are the lights on the blink. Anyway. Yeah, my plans. My devious plans. Ari's a professional indeed. I was just saying, I've been blocking out dedicated time now in my calendar, starting this week, where I'm going to be spending like at least 2 hours a day, assuming I'm not streaming that day because I do have work as well. I'm going to spend at least 2 hours on those off stream days just honing a craft, practicing a skill. And tomorrow I'm going to be practicing more drawing because I've been getting into drawing lately. I have drawn a bunch before, like, I mean, I drew Ari Doodle. I've drawn plenty of other much more elaborate things in the past, but I really want to hone my skill properly so I can draw stuff in an art style that I, like, really want. Like, I want to evolve my art style, basically. And I'm going to do an insanely illegal overtake. Lamau. Wow, I could not have left that lane at a better time. But yeah, so I'm blocking out, I'm directly allocating time for these specific activities. So it's drawing tomorrow and a little bit of music towards the end of the week because I have some stuff that I need to work on. But I'm also going to be doing some writing, which I have not allocated time for, I think, like, ever. It's just like in the heat of the moment, it's like, ooh, I have some cool ideas, let me write this down. No. I have some bigger plans that require actual time allocation where I'm just focusing on writing. So I'm going to be spending like at least 2 hours one of the days this week just doing writing for a very interesting project that I'm working on that y'all will very likely be seeing in the future. Gotta go eat, but hope stream is wonderful. Might be back later. Of course, Exo. Yes, of course. The raid and dash. Yes, of course. Absolutely. Go eat. Eating is good. Food is good. You're busy streaming for... yeah, I saw your stream notif. You were streaming like a good couple hours. Yeah, absolutely. Go take that R&R. Do not try this at home. She's written off the truck because she was reading chat at least once. I did not write off the truck. I just damaged it in a very expensive capacity. But it wasn't written off. I'm still in the truck. If it was written off, I'd just buy a new one. I usually stream for 5 hours, yeah. I don't know if I could 5 hours. I mean, for the jamborees, yes, I would do that because that's in the spirit of the jamborees. They're supposed to be long streams. But my regular streams, they're 2-hour blocks for a reason. Because I spend a decent amount of energy doing this whole, you know, presenting business. And it takes a bit of energy out of me, you know? By the end of the 2 hours, I'm pretty eepy, I'm pretty hungry. I need to get some food, I need to get some rest. I played Inscription on stream for 6 hours accidentally yesterday. Holy shit. That's crazy. Yeah. Writing. That's a thing I'm gonna be doing. I gotta stop just saying writing, because here's the thing. I can't tell you shit about it either. Alright, bye EXO. Have a good food, whatever meal it ends up being. Yeah, I can't talk about the details of it. I can't give anything away. This is just a thing that's gonna have to sit in my cranium for a while. It's part of the reason that May basically knows, well, everything that I know right now. Part of the reason that I'm doing writing is to flesh out details that I'm uncertain about. That's the whole idea. But I do need to fill in Julia, actually, because May is officially more caught up than Julia is, and that just simply will not do. We need at least parity between those two. Writing is pre-writing? I'm not sure I follow. I feel like I agree, but I don't know. I have plans that I cannot share with you right now because the haters will cancel me. Distributed knowledge base by info dumping to your friends. I think this is the method. Yes. Is this why so many queer folks are really into distributed decentralized systems? Because it means they can info dump in more places? Probably, yeah. It's possible. Right. Yeah, so that's a thing. That's gonna be cool. Ooh, I do have another thing to talk about. While we're coming up to the end of this delivery, actually, we still got a bit of time here. I won't spend too long harping on it, I suppose. Ooh, hold on. I already read that. Yeah. Like to write something, you gotta pre-write and then write some more writing based on that writing you've written. Yes, actually. And the funny thing is, I actually already have pre-writing. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I had taken down ages ago, but it wasn't like I didn't structure the time for it. In this case, I am actually allocating time where it's like, okay, I'm gonna go back to all of those things that I'd written before, and I'm gonna write like really set in stone things. Like, this is where I'm actually gonna be fleshing out details and like really like trying to hone in stuff. In particular, project organization is going to be a big one because currently I have everything in just one big document, but I can tell that this is very quickly going to spiral out of control, so I'm going to need like an entire project directory that has a whole bunch of linked files. Obsidian users rejoice. I'm going to be making one big ass knowledge graph out of the thing that I'm working on. How do you like to tackle project organization? It kind of depends on the project, I guess. Usually, like, it starts with like a master folder, and I have some sort of a document. So like, if it's an art project, if it's a drawing project, I might not actually give it a dedicated folder because usually the project is self-contained within that art file. But if it's, say, music, usually there's like a music project file for this particular song, and that directory has the project file for the music. It has all of the renders. It has the lyric file. Oop, BRB and 3. No worries, no worries. Yeah, I'll get back on the project organization when you're back, I suppose. In the meantime, you were talking about music. Was I? Just then? Oh, I was talking. I was going to go into Obsidian stuff, actually. I'll ask again after the break if that's okay. Yeah, of course, perfectly fine. Yeah. Pull you back in, and I'll continue. Yeah, Obsidian is my little note-taking app of choice. Big fan of Obsidian. I like writing my stuff in Markdown and then having it immediately formatted in a rich text format. And then with all the plugins you can get, you can really craft like one hell of a workflow. It's really, really nice. In particular, though, I'm really, really interested in like the graph feature. I can't remember if it's a built-in or if it's a plugin. I think it's at least like first-party like endorsed, maybe first-party supported. But it's basically like if you have a whole bunch of documents that have like a similar hashtag between them, because you can do hashtagging, or if they link to each other, because you can link to other documents too, it builds this like a graph between them, and you can get this whole really pretty visual for them. And it's really, really nice. Surely a whole bunch of y'all watching this have at least heard of No Boilerplate before. No Boilerplate is the fucking person who got me fully sold on Obsidian. I was intrigued by it before because I really like Markdown. And then, of course, I explored a bit more of Obsidian, and like there is no other note-taking app I would rather use. Every other note-taking app, like say I don't have Obsidian on my phone, for example, I just use like the Notes app that's already on there. But those are just like temporary. Those like cache storages, and then I'm eventually supposed to rewrite all that stuff in Obsidian when I have more time. Obsidian sucks at like don't say that, because you can only close the window if you have a diamond pickaxe. Oh fucking god damn you. Good one. You nearly rage baited me so hard you ended up rage baiting me anyways. Remarkable gambit. Heard of it, yeah. I use VimWiki because Vim and Markdown. I just have Vim mode enabled in Obsidian. That's plenty for me. And also, like, as much as I do like my terminal, I do really like seeing all my text in, like, a rich plain text format, not necessarily monospace. It's very, very nice. But yeah, Obsidian has been, like, so goated, and I'm really, really looking to lean into its features for, like, large-scale project management and stuff. No Boilerplate's specific, well, Triss is his name. Triss's angle with Obsidian, or at least one of the workflows that he uses, is you'll have a whole bunch of documents. It's like world building stuff, right? In his case, where there'll be characters or there'll be places or certain concepts, and these can all take the form of like little notes that are specifically dedicated to describing this thing, and they can link to other stuff. So you can have like, okay, this document is literally just describing a location, and then you can link to a bunch of the people that live in this location. Likewise, the person document links to where they live or what have you. It's incredibly fucking cool, and I really want to see if I can play around with stuff like that for what I want to make. Because this is one of those things where I guess previously I've gotten away with my stories being, because I tell a little bit of a story in the songs that I write, but it's kind of contained to the lyrics and then just my own abstract understanding of what the lyrics mean in my own head. But the project I'm looking to work on is going to need a proper knowledge graph. There's going to be too many moving parts in here for me to just keep it all in my noggin. I'm going to need to spend some time actually writing stuff, and that's why I'm blocking out time for it. Should be very cool. Absolutely no promises as to when that ever comes to fruition, like in a way that y'all can see. But just know, as always, I am working on an interesting project. Yeah, I gotta run plugins and serve a, oh my god, and serve a web page to see mine. I've been looking at org mode, though. It has a bunch of stuff self-contained. Oh, I see, I see. Isn't org mode an Emacs thing? If I'm not mistaken. I swear, the last time I heard of org mode, it was from an Emacs user. Is it like Zettelkasten or whatever? I unfortunately don't know what that is. Oh yeah, sorry, we don't have explanation music or songs. My playlist is personally curated from music I've bought off Bandcamp or Steam. It is mostly a combination currently My background music is a combination of the Pikuniku soundtrack and the Stray Intradiegetic soundtrack. Oh, you're trying to find my shit. Oh man, I appreciate it. If you scroll down in Twitch panels, hopefully you're on desktop. There's a link to my music there. Yeah, no Bandcamp one either. Alternatively, my website is arimelody.space, and that links to everything. My music discography is even listed on the website, including a link to my Bandcamp. And actually, if you just go to the music page, you will have links to the Bandcamp stuff right there. So that's a good way to go find it. Also, it means you'll then get to look at my website, which makes me so very happy. I am looking at actually redoing my whole website. I love the branding on it, but it's been 2 years since I came up with that design. I'd like to move on to something new. I'm experimenting with some design concepts at the moment that are interesting, but I want to make sure they actually have, you know, meat to them, you know? I am going for a more modern aesthetic than what I currently have, at least. But I want to make sure that it actually, like, works nicely. I need a website update so bad. I have not seen your website. I didn't know you had one. I'd love to see it. I'm sure it still looks very cool right now. Org mode is an Emacs thing. There's a Vim plugin, though. Ah, I see, I see. Right. I think that's last shipment. 1.1 million in the bank, baby. We are stinking rich. I think next stream I should just, like, hire drivers. Hire more drivers, because I already have a decent number of drivers. I have 4, but I need more. I need more passive income, you know what I mean? They make some decent money. Oh my god, if I could get, like, enough drivers to have parity with my per-day earnings, that'd be crazy. Imagine. For now, we will save. How many saves do we have? A couple. We have a couple saves. And all the way down to the shitbox I had 6 bajillion years ago. Man, what a time. All right. And that's trucking. I'll read chat for a little bit. We'll vibe for another little bit before I actually head. I do still need to eat, and I'll drink water right now, thinking of it. Right. Oh, it's a card page. Neat. Super customized, but also very outdated. That's fair. My website overhaul has technically been in progress for months, Lamau. We all have the dev branch we haven't touched in ages or haven't merged in ages. I just need to update my website. Zettelkasten is like a micro note-taking system where you use index cards and each micronote links to others to make up a network of notes. Ooh, maybe it is like Zettelkasten then. I've never heard of it by name, but that does sound... That is another way of describing exactly what I described. Yeah, I would say that is probably what it's like. And that is what I want to do. It would be very, very cool to do something like that. Especially for the kind of stuff I'm planning. Zettelkasten sounds like stringboarding? I don't know what that is. New redeem, it's time to have a snack. I don't really keep snacks by me. Because usually by the time I stream, it's like before or after dinner, so. Oh, is it Zettelkasten? Oh, not Zettelkasten, Zettelkasten. Neat. Very cool. Shit, I was, why did I open my calendar? I wanted to look at Obsidian. Yeah. I have so much stuff on my Obsidian. This is like, it's like such an invaluable database. Realistically, I should be backing this up way, way more than I currently am, actually. Like on a daily basis. Shit, yeah. Currently, I actually just have this backed up to Nextcloud, but Obsidian has Git functionality. I should really just do automatic Git commits and pushes. Because I have run into a couple very terrifying instances where, say, my MacBook, because virtual files on Nextcloud for macOS are really weird. It's non-existent on Linux and then weird on macOS. Windows is like the only one that's properly fucking supported. It's so annoying. But I have had a case where my Mac hadn't updated the files yet, and I went to go update one of my Obsidian docs and then found out, fuck, I'm working in an outdated version and I've just modified it, so now Nextcloud's going to think this is the newer one. Thankfully, I was able to then boot up my PC and get the actual current version of the file and just like copy it in place. So I didn't lose anything, but that was scary. That was scary. I would like to not have that problem in the future. Yeah. Do I have anything else? I don't think so. Live stuff. Well, we did trucking today. Gonna knock that off the list. Very nice. Are you on Win 11? Oh, no. I'm on Linux. Fedora Linux. My beloved. I haven't been on Windows 11 since last February. That is when I officially uninstalled Windows for the last time. I have not willingly used a Microsoft system since. Well, that was too vague. I haven't willingly used Windows since. My personal email is on Outlook, unfortunately, and I would actually like to change that at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, because that, you know, migrating one's email is non-trivial. And that's even just for the services that actually allow you to change your email. The ones that make your email your user ID, that gets really complicated. I have to start writing emails to people for that one. The irony. SyncThing is version backup, stuff like this. See, I've been recommended SyncThing a bunch. The problem, if I'm understanding SyncThing correctly, SyncThing is like a peer-to-peer synchronization system. That's not what I'm looking for. I am looking for a central cloud store of my own that I then just like have all of my other devices peer with. I don't know if SyncThing facilitates this. I need to get off Nextcloud one way or the other, though. I have heard of other software that I could swap in, but again, that's gonna take a second because I've. Wait. Oh wait. Technical issue? Oh shit. Oh, are we good? Did my network drop? There was a network error. I'm so sorry. That's weird. Yeah, sorry. Windows 11, yes. Oh yeah, SyncThing. I was talking about SyncThing, I think, when stream DC'd. TLDR, I ideally want like a self-hosted cloud storage solution that, yeah, just a self-hosted cloud storage solution. And as I understand it, SyncThing is peer-to-peer, but that's not what I'm looking for in my case. That's interesting. Okay, that's fine. The music just took a while to buffer there. That was weird. You can just run SyncThing on your VPS. Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. I might peek at that then if that is the case. That is interesting. Oh, wait, no. Here was one thing. File sharing is actually a thing that I do. I would need to be able to create like temporary links. I don't know if SyncThing does that. Maybe I just need to go through the SyncThing feature list and just like see what's actually supported. After that, I did read. Is it Fukesoft? I hope I have that right. It looks like Fukesoft to me. Been on Linux since 2024. First Debian, then switched to NixOS in February. Twinsies, kinda. Yeah, it was February 2025 that I switched to Linux, and it was then May of that year when I started doing these streams. So I have been running RMLD Live 100% on Linux since I started, which is a point of pride for me. I'm very happy with that. It just jumped like a train dog. God damn it, May. But I do think, so I originally was on Void Linux. That was for a year. And then this February, I switched to Fedora Linux because I was having stability issues and I eventually just got fed up with it. I do think I would get bullied by everyone I know if I were to switch to NixOS, though. And also, I don't know if I necessarily benefit that much from NixOS necessarily. I kind of like the idea of like, hey, every once in a while, I just do a spring clean by just reinstalling my system and my apps. I'm okay with that. Why bullied? I mean that partly in jest. There's a whole... my girlfriend is self-proclaimed racist to NixOS users. It's... Yeah, look, my opinions are more... Yeah, Nix-phobic. My opinions are more nuanced and neutral. As far as I'm concerned, it's your computer. It's all whatever the fuck you want on it. If it works for you, more fucking power to you. I'm happy with what I got, though. I quite like how my system works, generally. Right, let's see. I can now see why May was spamming way. That's very funny. Sync thing can't do the temp links. Yeah, that would break it, unfortunately, for me. Regarding mail transfer, Proton Mail lets you forward your mail to its free account pretty easily. I think what I want to do is self-host, sort of. Or at least, I'm not sure about Proton Mail. I've heard too much weird shit about Proton to want to go that direction. A lot of people still vouch, like, swear by it, and that's perfectly fine. But I've heard enough fairly substantiated complaints where I'm like, I'll pass. Self-hosting email. Okay, so I'm between two schools of thought. I either self-host on my own infra, which, by the way, if you email me at ari@rmelody.space, you are sending an email directly to my VPS where I am hosting my own email infrastructure. So I already do have some experience with this. But I'm thinking of maybe because my personal email, right? Like, that could be really, really bad if that's not working. At least with Ari Melody stuff, there are a bajillion other ways to contact me. But personal email, that's really critical, and it would be like my fallback, if anything else. So I am thinking that's something where I would pay another provider to host it. But I do want to like shop around and make sure it has the features that I want. I have a domain picked out, a custom domain actually. That's fun. Which I'm not going to tell you, of course, because it's my personal email. There's no need for you to know that. I want to self-host as well. There's also Tutamail, but that's not as featureful. I think Julia used to be Tutamail ages ago. Don't remember exactly. Tutamail rings a bell. I don't remember from who, though. They did have the thing with the French RW YouTuber they sponsored. Wait, RW YouTuber? Okay, no, I actually don't know what that's about, actually. Interesting. Never heard. Oh god, a thing just got in my eye. This is what happens when you have a fan pointed at you the entire time. Occasionally a thing will just fucking fly off. Oh, right wing. Oh. Interesting. I don't know about... I haven't heard about that. But in terms of policy documents, I think are a little bit strange. I think the finances are a bit... you know what? No, I'm going to stop talking because I actually don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. A lot of my bias against Proton Mail comes from Reject Convenience, who I do respect greatly. So if you want to know my complete thoughts, just go watch a Reject Convenience video mentioning Proton. You'll get the idea. Not self-hosting or anything, but I got the domain jishiz.online, which allowed me to get the email jishizonline@jishizonline, which I'm so happy with. That is extremely cool. Yeah, that's very fun. Yeah, Reject Convenience is so cool. I've been supporting his Patreon for quite a while. Dude's a bro. It's hilarious. Is his latest video, the space one, is very, very cool. It was available on Patreon for like a week prior, but I didn't end up watching it on Patreon because I was just busy. I watched the video on YouTube then like a week after it dropped there, which is pretty funny, but whatever. Right. I think we have lollygagged for long enough. I think it's time to wrap up, which means we need to raid someone. May I suggest a raid for whenever we're done yapping? Oh, suggest a raid. Absolutely. Shoot. Go ahead. I trust your judgment. We do have an art. We have an art VTuber going. We got a Just Chatting. We got Legizella Twilight Princess. Someone's playing Cyberpunk 2077. That's pretty cool. Got cool ones here. There's some solid options. Some solid options. And one of them followed me back recently on Blue Sky, so I'm biased. My friend Hooligan 3 underscores is live. That's my goat. Fire? Word? Say less. Absolutely. Zimbar on OVH looked interesting as well for mail providers. Every single person I have heard of who has ever used OVH has recommended that I avoid it like the plague. At least if I am getting that right, OVH Cloud. Yeah, that rings a bell, but it's like a very rusty, gross bell. Oh, this pastebin doesn't force a download, but there's some research I did on mail providers. Interesting. It does force a download. Fuck. It's over. It's over. Tried to download his temp file. Right, yeah, we'll do a raid with Hooligan. Oh, we're dropping in on 9 viewers. That'll be hilarious.
Oh, no.
Oops. Yep, they are certainly live and the sound most certainly works. Thanks for stream. Thank you for coming by. And I don't know if EXO is still around at all, but thank you so much for the raid. Very much appreciate it. That is extremely cool. I have not been raided, certainly at that scale, in a very long time, if ever. So it's cool. It's a nice novelty. I appreciate it. Triples your viewer count cutely. Yeah, we're looking at 9 viewers there. We have 17. Holy shit. That's gonna be fun. Exclamation raid. Yeah, we're gonna do the raid. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It's been a pleasure as always. I hope you have a lovely rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you hail from. We'll be back on Wednesday with some more No Signal. Everyone, that's all for me tonight.